Good afternoon and welcome along to this Community Elements show, and we're starting off with BGN, otherwise known as Brian's Good News. Hello Brian.
Hello Rob.
Great to have you, and you've started off in style, in fact on a paddle board.
Yes indeed.
Well, you weren't on the paddle board at the time, were you, watching?
I would have been too scared to be on it probably.
Probably, but anyway, away with the stories then.
When Sarah Seal stepped on to her paddle boat with school sweetheart Rory Dickey, little did she realise the next time she set foot on dry ground she would be a bride-to-be. Rory, 29, popped the question as they floated off the coast of Stonehaven, a gesture that left Sarah speechless. She said, "After being together for a very long time, everyone has been patiently waiting for the day for him to finally propose. He had always said he would do it when nobody was expecting it. Well, he was right. To say I was speechless is an understatement." After receiving vouchers for Stonehaven paddleboarding as a Christmas present, Rory, who works in the oil and gas industry, decided it would be the perfect experience to ask Sarah to marry him. He said, "I knew she would never expect it out on the water where it is so peaceful, and she would be concentrating on learning to paddleboard. Stonehaven is also where we have been grown up and got to know each other." Dave Jacobs, owner of Stonehaven Paddleboarding, said, "The couple turned up at my paddleboarding hut. I ran through a beginner lesson with them, showing them all they needed to have the skills to progress onto touring down the coast. After mastering the basics, and with great weather conditions, we started to paddle down the coast towards the Dunnottar Castle, exploring caves and coves on the way." Rory asked Dave to take a couple of pictures of him and Sarah on one board, seemingly to commemorate the fun day. Dave said, "As I was just about to take a picture, I noticed Rory was down on one knee, facing Sarah, and he was reaching for something in his pocket. I knew immediately what that was happening. I have had surprise birthday party sessions and wedding anniversary lessons, but this was the first time someone had proposed on a paddleboard lesson." Sarah was speechless and nearly fell off her board. The bride-to-be said she was completely surprised and loved everything about the unique proposal. Sarah, who is a swimming and float fit instructor in Stonehaven, said, "In Rory's word, which were caught on camera, he said, 'If you thought I would bring a diamond out here, you'd be kidding.' So he proposed with a Haribo ring in his silver cuff box, and had the real ring sat waiting back on North Shore for us. He had bought a packet of Haribo sweets the night before, which I happily ate away at, clueless of the reason for which they were purchased. I have since found out that he has had the ring for a few months, and he had just been waiting for the perfect moment. We are both so happy and excited." Plans have been lodged to build a care home on land next to a 5-star hotel. A joint application has been lodged by care provider Meallmore and the Marcliffe Hotel and Spar to develop a 65-bed care home on unused land next to the hotel and the international school on North Deeside Road. The development, which the applicants say will be screened by trees, will have no impact on the hotel, which will continue to operate as normal. If successful, the proposed development will provide a range of first-class accommodation and facilities for older people, including a private cinema, a hair and beauty salon, cafe, lounges and dining areas. The applicants say the new proposal will benefit the local community by providing much-needed care facilities as well as a range of job opportunities. Michael Gillespie, property director for Meallmore, said, "We've worked closely with the Spence family, which owns the hotel, and our design team on plans to sensitively develop the unused site with a care home of the highest standards. We look forward to progressing our application." Welcoming the application, Marcliffe Hotel owner Stuart Spence, who has worked in the city's hotel industry since 1962, said, "We believe this application offers the best use for this unused site, which sits away from the hotel. At present, it is just an overgrown piece of land. The plans are designed to complement the hotel and will also ensure that our existing walled garden is maintained for the enjoyment of the residents. The operator of the hotel will not be impacted. The design team was led by architects at Halliday, Fraser and Monroe, who have worked carefully to design the building to work with the existing land while minimising the impact on trees. If successful, the Meallmore aims to open the new care home in autumn 2021. An 8-year-old girl who has been growing her hair since she was born has had her long locks chopped off for charity. Katie Denny from Portlethen has only ever had the ends slightly trimmed over the years and let it grow so long it reached below her waist. However, she decided to take the plunge and get it cut so she could donate the hair to the Little Princess Trust. It was her ultimate goal to help a child in need of a wig who suffered from alopecia or had been diagnosed with cancer. She has also raised almost £2,000 for Charlie House in the process, which will go towards its £8 million Big Build appeal to build a specialist support centre for children and young people with complex disabilities and or life-limiting conditions and their families. Dad Alan said apart from getting it trimmed every 6 weeks, she's been growing her hair long since she was born. When she was about 4, she decided she was going to donate it to the Little Princess Trust. She thought she would grow it out until she was a teenager, but she said this way she can grow it long enough again to donate a second time by the time she is 16. We are overwhelmed by the support shown and hope we have managed to raise awareness for the Big Build and Charlie House. Katie has decided she is going to raise more for Charlie House and has begun looking at various fundraising opinions. Kirsty Walker, fundraising coordinator, said the entire Charlie House team were so touched that someone so young would be willing to do something so selfless. To donate, just visit justgiving.com/fundraising/Katie Cut Down. A popular shopping centre is sliding into summer with a new attraction. The Bon Accord has introduced a giant slide to its premises for the first time. Shoppers will now be able to get from the upper mall to the ground floor quickly without taking the lift or escalators. It is the newest addition to the shopping centre since the outdoor stairs were painted in rainbow colours. Centre manager Craig Stevenson said the 5-metre spiral slide will allow kids, big and small, to glide from John Lewis to Costa. It is hoped it will become one of the star attractions of the packed summer programme. Wimbledon has been screened live in the new sports garden, with the indoor beach also returning. Eager children have already been using this slide. Mr. Stevenson said, "We are delighted to bring this new attraction to the centre. We hope this will bring an element of fun in addition to our other family-friendly events over summer." Organisations across the city centre have been working to make Aberdeen an even more attractive option for visitors, and this is one of the ways we are investing to support this mission. We have been working on various projects to surprise and delight customers, including the Rainbow Steps, indoor beach and seasonal events. All these provide visitors with different reasons to visit the centre. It is hoped the new attraction will raise thousands of pounds for 3 charities through donations. Money raised will go to One Great Way, Great Ormond Street Hospital and the Archie Foundation. The slide will be at the Bon Accord Centre throughout the summer. We have a scripture text today taken from John chapter 15 verses 12 and 13. "This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Brian. And love was certainly in the air, not only reminding us of Christ's love for us, but certainly with the first story of getting onto a paddleboard and proposing. Now, that's quite something.
Very definitely. It's quite amazing, actually, because there's a lot of time in the planning or thought behind it. And really, it was so much, in fact, a complete surprise.
But a wonderful surprise.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I can just imagine it. I was almost in tears when I was reading this the first time, you know. It's so important that people show such love.
Yes.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Right, so then we've got other types of love. For example, the small girl who has had her hair cut to give to Little Princess Trust, and also to raise money for Charlie House. So that is a good amount of love.
Brilliant.
The other news story is about a 5-star care home. Now, is that going to? That is in the really well-off area of Aberdeen.
It is.
But is that just a once-off, I wonder? Or is that going to be a standard for care homes around Scotland? I mean...
We would certainly want it to be the norm, wouldn't we?
Well, and for a lot of older people, if you think about it, they will have put in to life a lot.
Exactly,
So
and they deserve a return, don't they?
For them to actually have a good standard of living, not just to sit in the corner of a room with a cup of tea, a tablet, and the television blaring and looking, well, out of it, which unfortunately is the case for many nursing homes, but actually being able to partake in life and have something that I'm going to say return, but hopefully a respect.
Oh, I'm sure the attitude behind all this is to provide real care, not just let's sit them down and forget about them. There'll be none of that. There'll be giving them proper attention, real first-class attention.
And that's the way it can be and should be. I mean, yes, there is obviously a role for families to play in all of this, but at the same time, the families are not going to be there all the time, and indeed, in some cases, the families may not be able
Very true.
to be there. If it's just like a husband and wife, and the wife is not able, and the husband is not particularly able either, and they don't have anyone else living nearby,
Puts them in a
yes,
difficult situation.
and vulnerable. So it's good to think that there is a good nursing home available.
Excellent.
And hopefully, it will reap many rewards. Now, and then there's a fun slide. Is this something you might try, Brian?
I have seen it.
You've seen it, have
But
you?
you
said
it's for people that are just a little bit younger than me.
I've got a great idea.
Oh no, I'm not looking forward to this.
I'll tell you later.
Lack of courage.
No.
Yeah, but they're really doing their best in the Bonnecord Centre to maintain the interest of the people and the enjoyment of people, because it's not always pleasant when you're shopping.
Well, I usually just go through shopping centres, or if I do go into them, and I will make time to. I make time. There's the Tempo Cafe that's upstairs. That's good.
Yes.
And then there's also another coffee shop downstairs, which I quite like going to. But
me too.
I'm not so keen on everything that's there. Shopping usually.
Whatever in shopping will be a lot more pleasant with these additions that they're putting in.
And then having the play park, the little play park that's there, sandpit.
Yes. Would that suit somebody of your age?
I was going to say
No
the
comment.
same thing for you.
I will reserve judgment.
Very wise. Anyway, Brian, thank you very much for doing that. and we will look forward to another week. But before we go, can you do the scripture once again?
Yes, indeed. From John chapter 15, verses 12 and 13, where Jesus says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." And he did that exactly.
Yes.
Praise his name.
Thank you, Brian. See you next week.
We'll look forward to that.